What's up, man? It's your homeboy Maal The Pimp, aka MTP, and welcome to an edition of Stories from the Pimp. So what I do with this Stories from the Pimp, what I like to do is I like to tell y'all a different music industry experiences that I've had in the game from back in the day up until now. I done been through a lot of shit, I've seen a lot of shit. It's all fun shit, nothing negative, all positive, but a lot of things I've been around and experienced, a lot of people don't know unless they know me. So I decided now to start opening up and telling the public some of my stories. You follow what I'm saying? So the story I'm gonna tell y'all today is a story. It's when I ended up stranded in LA after a Snoop Dogg tour. Stranded in Los Angeles, California after a 60-day tour with Snoop Dogg. You follow what I'm saying? So let me give y'all the rundown on how this happened. This is real interesting. You feel me? So keep in mind, now this was back in 2008. I was on the Snoop Dogg Unity tour, which was Snoop Dogg, Fiction Plane, and 311. You follow what I'm saying? 60-day tour. Let me rewind back and give y'all some history. Now, I had been going on tour off and on with Snoop Dogg since 2003. I was invited on by his, at the time, rest in peace, his former sound man and engineer, Dave Aaron. Rest in peace, Dave. That's my guy. Dave would always bring me on tour. I had been on maybe 4 or 5 tour dates, spot dates with them and shit like that. So everybody knew who I was, the security, the entourage, Snoop himself. You follow what I'm saying? Everybody knew who I was. So I'm painting the picture to get to where we at. So now keep in mind, y'all know I was in New Orleans when I was working with BG from Cash Money. So this particular date, Snoop Dogg has a show at the House of Blues in New Orleans in the French Quarters. And naturally, Dave calls me and invites me out to the show. I go to the show. You follow what I'm saying? We're all backstage chilling, woo, this and that. A white guy sitting beside me, a little short white guy. He reached out his hand and said, "Hey, I'm Rick. How you doing?" Rick Palomino, my guy Rick. That was Snoop's tour manager. You follow what I'm saying? So he introduced himself. We shook hands. We chopped it up. We backstage smoking and chilling for 3 or 4 hours. The whole time, me and Rick just building a rapport. You follow what I'm saying? Just chopping it up. When it's time to go, Rick said, "Give me a number, man. We're going to stay in touch." Me and Rick switched numbers. You feel me? And we had stayed in touch from there. Just on some cool, what's up, how you doing, what's going on type shit. You follow what I'm saying? My guy, Rick Palomino. This happened in New Orleans. Now, fast forward. Some months later, I fly home to Chattanooga to start working on my City of Chat documentary DVD, which included my Chattanooga video. I'm in Chattanooga. Rick called me out the blue. "Hey, Ma, what's up, man? I got an extra spot on the Snoop Dogg tour bus. You want to roll?" "Hell yeah." He said, "Where you at? You in Louisiana?" I said, "Nah, I'm in Tennessee right now." He said, "Okay, well, we'll be in Atlanta this Friday. Meet us in Atlanta, man. And now keep in mind," he said, "meet us in Atlanta. And then when we got a show in Baton Rouge later on in the tour. When we get to Baton Rouge, I just get you a bus ticket back to New Orleans before we go back to LA." That's what he told me. Now in my mind, I'm thinking, I never been to LA before. So, okay, I'll meet you in Atlanta and I'll act like I'm gonna get off in Baton Rouge, but really I'm finna, if I can, ride this tour bus back to LA. You follow what I'm saying? So, cause I had never been at the time. I come to Atlanta, now here go the crazy part. So, I pack up all my clothes. I go to my mama's house. I pack up like 5 or 6 suitcases. She said, "Where you going, son?" I said, "I'm going on this Snoop tour, but I'm supposed to get off in Baton Rouge to go back to New Orleans, but instead I'm finna ride the tour bus out to LA and go to LA. And then her being a mama, "Where you gonna stay at? Who you know out there?" "I don't know nobody. I don't know where I'm gonna stay, but I'm gonna figure it out. I got enough clothes, I ain't coming back." You follow what I'm saying? I'm gonna go out there and figure it out. So
hold on, Pimp. So you already knew that you weren't finna get off.
yeah, I knew it. Once he said get off in Baton Rouge and go back to New Orleans, then we're gonna finish a few more dates in Texas and go to LA. I'm like, nah, in my mind, I'm telling him, of course, yeah, no problem, appreciate it. But in my mind, man, I'm not getting off the tour bus in Baton Rouge. I'm finna go there, I'm finna ride it out to LA. That's my whole game plan. And I packed up enough clothes to where I can live in LA. So with that being said, right, I show up in Atlanta. I get to the airport, they send a runner to come pick me up from the airport to bring me back to the tour bus. I got out the rental car, I got 5 suitcases. Rick said, "Man, what the fuck you got all those suitcases for?" I'm like, "Man, you know, just in case I got to change clothes on how many cities we got to do, whoop, this and that." That's what I told him. But really, I'm thinking, because I ain't coming back, that's why I got all these suitcases. You follow what I'm saying? I ain't coming back. So he kind of looking like, what the fuck? But he didn't say too much. So we do the Atlanta show at the amphitheater. We leave Atlanta. I think we did Savannah and a few more Georgia dates. Then we went to Tampa, Florida and did a date. And then from Tampa, we came across 10 West, I think did Mississippi, Alabama, some shit like that. So now we get to Baton Rouge. This is supposed to be my final stop right here. We get to Baton Rouge, you feel me? The Baton Rouge show was crazy. It was jam-packed, you feel what I'm saying? And let me rewind back. While we was on tour, one of my guys from Snoop's band, his name is Polo. He was a part of Snoop's band. He said early on in the tour, this is what he said to me. He said, "Hey, Ma, you ever been to L.A. before?" I said, "I ain't never been out there to L.A. I want to come bad as hell." He said, "Man, whenever you're in L.A., man, let me know because I got an extra spot out there. My sister got an apartment in L.A. out in Hollywood, but she moved to New York, and I still got her keys. So whenever you're in L.A., let me know." Keep in mind, he said that. You follow what I'm saying? So now, we're in Baton Rouge for the concert. It was a whole bunch of shit going on, you know, and Rick was real busy running around trying to get Snoop together and all this old shit. So his mind was not on me. You follow what I'm saying? So we do the Baton Rouge show. I'm supposed to get off and get a bus ticket back to New Orleans. He didn't remember that shit, so the only way he would know is if I told him. So I'm like, I'm not finna say shit. You follow what I'm saying? The next stop after Baton Rouge is Texas. So we do the show in Baton Rouge. I get back on the bus. He's sitting right beside me. He not once say, "Damn, you supposed to be going back to New Orleans." He didn't say that, and I didn't say shit. You follow what I'm saying? So once the tour bus leave, I'm like, it's on now. Ain't no turning back. You follow what I'm saying? Ain't no turning back now. I just missed my last stop. We'll leave Baton Rouge, and we had to do Texas. That's where the tour ended at in Texas. We had to do Dallas, Houston, El Paso, and Austin. Austin, Texas was the last spot before everybody went back to LA. You feel me? Side note, so while we leaving the Houston show going to Dallas, Snoop's tour bus get pulled over. We on two separate buses. Snoop is on the bus, him, Daz, Corrupt, his security, you know, his crew, they on the bus. I'm on the second tour bus. Me, the band, Rick Palomino, the tour manager, Uncle Junebug, rest in peace, Bada Bing, my nigga, which is Snoop's younger brother, Noah T. Justice, shout out, Matt Milner, Jerry, some people call him Dirty Left, that's Snoop's older brother, so all of us on the tour bus together, you follow what I'm saying? Snoop's bus get pulled over on the highway because they passed by police and the police said he smelled some aroma of marijuana come out the window. You follow what I'm saying? His tour bus gets pulled over leaving Dallas going to Houston. Police pull him over, search the bus, they end up taking his assistant to jail. That made the news right there. My mama calling me, "Was you on the bus and went to jail, Jamal?" Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, "No, mom, we on two separate buses. That was Snoop bus. I'm on another bus." You follow what I'm saying? "Okay, I just had to call and check on you. Okay, y'all be careful out there." Cool. We do Houston, do Dallas, do El Paso. We get to Austin. Last show in Austin. After the Austin show, they fly Snoop, the Dog Pound, and the artists, they fly them back to LA from Austin. We rode the tour bus back to LA. So we left Austin. We stopped in Las Cruces, New Mexico on the way back. We spent the night in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Left New Mexico, and then we heading back to LA. Now, when we get back to LA, the tour bus pulls up at the Fox Hills Mall. That's where everybody's rides coming to pick them up from. You follow what I'm saying? So keep in mind, I ain't got nowhere to go. We get to the mall, it's like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Everybody rides coming to pick them up. Everybody's gone. I'm the last motherfucker standing out there with 5 suitcases and nowhere to go. You follow what I'm saying? Rick said to me, "Damn, Mom, what are we gonna do with you?" I said, "Shit, I don't know. I guess I'm going to your house." You feel me? So, yeah, where else I'm gonna go? I ain't got nowhere to go. And I ain't supposed to be out here, but I wasn't finna get off in Baton Rouge. I said, "I guess I'm going to your house, man." So he did. He ended up going to get me a room. He went and got me a room and put me in a room. So I was in the room for like a week. You follow what I'm saying? Like that Friday, like after a week, they stuck a bill under the door for the room. And he was paying for it. It was on him. But the room was $350 a night. You follow what I'm saying? So when I saw that bill, I'm thinking, man, the room $350 a night. I've been for like 5 or 6 days. I can't keep staying here knowing he paying that much. You follow what I'm saying? I just didn't feel right doing that. So I said, I need to get out this room. I had a homegirl who I met from LA some years before that. When I was in New Orleans on some hurricane shit, I had to call FEMA. And she was an assistant on the FEMA line, and we ended up building the report. Her name was Aziza. You follow what I'm saying? So, and she had told me once we was on the phone, we switched numbers and all that shit. And this after we had the FEMA conversation. You follow what I'm saying? So we switched numbers. She said, "What are you really doing for a living?" I said, "I do music." Ooh. Okay, well, I'm in Houston doing FEMA, but I'm from LA. I'm from Oakland, but I live in LA. So whenever you're in LA, hit me up, blah, 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 this and that. That was in 2005 when we had this conversation. You follow what I'm saying? But we switched numbers. So fast forward back to what I'm talking about. I'm at the hotel. I ain't got nowhere to go because I want to check out because he done paid $350 a night, and I've been there 5, 6 days. So I ain't got nowhere to go. I ain't got nobody to come get me. I called her. She said, "You in LA?" I said, "Yeah, I'm out here right now." I said, "Matter of fact, I ain't got nowhere to go. Can you come pick me up?" "Where you at?" Told the hotel I was at. She came, brought me some weed, brought me some food, braided my hair and shit like that, and just took me around to get me out the house. To get me out the room, you feel me? So now, when she did what she did for me, I had her drop me off at Rick's house. Rick was living in a little apartment complex in Culver City off of Centinela Avenue or something like that, I think. You follow what I'm saying? So I get to Rick's house. Now, he the same who paid me for my room. So I've been in the room for a week. She picked me up from the room, dropped me off at Rick's house. Rick living there. Noah T. Justice, my guy, he was living there. Matt was living there, and Matt had a dog with him. And I'm the fourth person. And this in a 2-bedroom spot. You follow what I'm saying? So I stayed there for like a week. You know what I'm saying? I start feeling like, man, it's too many people at Rick's house, man. I can't keep doing this either. Yeah, I already had me a room for a week. Now I'm at his house. I feel like I'm kind of just imposing. We just came off a long-ass tour. I know he wants some privacy. You follow what I'm saying? So now I'm feeling like I got to get out this man's house. So if you remember, Polo from Snoop's band told me a while back on the tour, whenever you're in LA, I got an extra spot, man. Just let me know. I called Polo. I said, hey, Polo, man, you still got that spot in LA? Your sister's house? Yeah, man, let me know when you're coming out here. I said, Sean, I'm out here right now. You feel me? I'm out right now. I said, I ain't got nowhere to go. I need to get out of Rick's house, bro. You feel me? So what's the address? He came and picked me up, took me out to the apartment. It was in Hollywood. You follow what I'm saying? So now this is like week 3 right here. You follow what I'm saying?
So he didn't know that you didn't go home?
Nah, he didn't know that. He didn't know that. You feel me? A matter of fact, yes, he did. He probably didn't pay no attention because we rode the same tour bus back to LA. But everybody was getting off, getting their ride, and just getting the fuck on. You follow what I'm saying? He probably assumed I was going to fly back to Tennessee from LA. He probably assumed that. You follow what I'm saying? Which I would assume the same shit. So when I tell him, man, I'm out here right now. I'm at Rick's house. He came and picked me up, took me to the apartment in Hollywood. And so now, this is where the problem came in. Not the problem, this is where the me being stranded came in at. So I'm out in Hollywood. I got somewhere to stay, but I ain't got no fucking car. So in LA, big as fuck. So I couldn't get around. You follow what I'm saying? So a few people came and looked. The homegirl Aziza came and picked me up a few times. LT, shout out to LT, DJ LT, that's Snoop Dogg's DJ. He came and got me one time and brought me to his house in South Central on 41st Street, right between Normandy and Western, I think. He came and brought me over there, got me some weed, put a little money in my pocket. You know, just looking out, shit they didn't have to do. Just looking out for me. You follow what I'm saying? So people would come and do shit like that, but they would do it on their own time. So when they not free, I'm just sitting in the house, can't go nowhere. So I'm thinking to myself, let me see, can I find some kind of gig or some kind of hustle out here? You follow what I'm saying? So I got the clothes. I got enough clothes to stay. If I can find a gig, I'm good. I went on the internet looking for shit, and I saw a bunch of shit that I couldn't get to, meaning like the first job that really got my attention, it was like a offer that said looking for a road manager for a tour, willing to pay $800 a week plus $50 a day for per diem, which is food. Blah, 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 blah. Tour would last 6 weeks. Interview at 8 o'clock in the morning at downtown LA. I can't get to the interview at 8 o'clock in the morning because I ain't got no ride. You follow what I'm saying? So it was a bunch of shit like that. So I'm like, if I had a car, I could have been found a hustle out here and made a living. You follow what I'm saying? So I got enough clothes to stay, but I can't get to the opportunity because I ain't got no transportation. You follow what I'm saying? So after like probably a month and a half of that right there, I'm like, man, it ain't gonna work. I gotta go home. I gotta go home, you follow what I'm saying? So I hit Rick and was like, hey, bro, man, I need to get back to Tennessee. He got me a flight, flew me back home, man, you follow what I'm saying? And that's the story. So I was in LA, I lived out there, I was stranded out there, I guess you could say, and it came off of a Snoop Dogg tour, but my whole thing was, I'm like, I finna get out here and make a way. You follow what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never been in LA before, let me go out here and just try to see what can happen, you follow what I'm saying? And it was a cool experience, but the thing I got out of that is, man, I needed a car. I would have rather had a car with nowhere to stay. I would have slept in my car. Then I could have made something happen after that. You follow what I'm saying? So that was my situation, bro, but it was fun. I don't regret it, and I would do it again, man. You follow what I'm saying? So, yeah. So with that being said, that was one of my stories from MTP. Go to my website, www.maalthepimp.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is called Pimpoholic TV. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, @Maal The Pimp. Salute.